guys, it's Casey with Accidental Homeschoolers. I'm back. Obviously you figured that out because you clicked on this video. Now, where have I been? It's been a few months. I have put this video off for many months. I want to say it was before Christmas the last time I did a video. And I'm a little out of practice. And obviously you can tell things look a little different in this video. I put it off for a little bit because there was so much going on that I was just like, I just don't know. I don't know how to explain all this stuff. So I'm going to do my best to explain everything. So last you saw, my family had moved across the country. We were living in the Southwest for my husband's job for this next year. Well, a couple months into it, he was a lot more busy than we were told. And living in a townhouse and not having any family, not having a support system, it became extremely difficult, especially with a 1-year-old. And not having your own backyard, family that would have come to like visit or to help couldn't. They were having their own life circumstances. So I was starting to feel very down, just wow, I'm alone. And I really was. My husband was so busy, like all the way up until like bedtime, literally every single day, even on the weekends. And we weren't getting to do those family things. My son was struggling. Homeschool wasn't going well. My daughter was having a hard time. Everybody was just a little crazy. So, in prayer and lots of thought, a lot of things changed, and it's hard to explain how it all happened because honestly I can't remember how all it happened. So me and the kids moved back to our hometown in the Southeast, and my husband stayed in the Southwest to finish up his job commitment. We were lucky because we had a home to come back to. I couldn't bring a whole lot, just what would fit in my car and what would fit in the U-Haul trailer that we brought. We came for Christmas. This is where my parents are. So the kids and I had what we needed. I mean, you don't have to have absolutely everything. I did bring Kennedy's crib. We brought the important things to Michael, of course, clothes, but there was already furniture here. I brought, some sheets and blankets, the pillow, things we really need that we would need for like 6 months before everything is moved back in this direction again. I feel like it has been a whirlwind. So literally in 2021, my family and I lived in 3 different states and 3 different houses all across the country. We were so excited for the opportunity to go to the Southwest, and we did get to do some things, but it wasn't what we had hoped. It wasn't what we thought it would be. It actually became very difficult, and because my husband being so busy, he was having a hard time feeling like he wasn't a part of the family. He wasn't able to help. It was harder for him. So we made the decision, for us to come home and for him to stay. That way he could focus on that. And then we could all surge forward, since this is where we'll be moving to I guess it'd be June of this year. We just kind of got to start. We got a head start. It was rough for a little bit, but I had my parents. My mom is recently retired. We're back at the farm that I grew up at. It has been wonderful. And this is where we had planned on moving back to when we moved originally with the original plan. So we just came 6 months early. So in that, I say, we also have made a lot of changes. Good changes. Some people will find them strange. Some people will think it's great. Some people will have no opinion. But we decided to start our homestead. And some of you may not know what that is. A homestead is a term for a place, your home, where you are growing your own food, you maybe raising livestock, just basically doing those things to take care of yourself. I've always loved canning. I've always known how to sew. Now I'm not going to be making all of our own clothes, but I have learned an immense amount of skills just in the last few months. Now I did tons of research before we left the Southwest in that time where I just didn't have anything going on. And then moving here, it became a super fast pace. I am so grateful for my mom and for her help, and she's just a very hard worker. She taught me how to be a hard worker. She likes to stay busy. So in the last year of being retired, I'm sure, like, she stayed busy, but I think it's been a little bit more fun for us to be here, and you know, every day we get up and we have things to do. So one of the reasons I haven't done videos is because we have been so busy, like so busy. So our original plan, of course, large garden and then laying hens. Well, I think small, but it always turns out to be massively big. Plus, you know, my mom egging me on and, and my husband going, okay, whatever. So we thought we would just have a certain amount of chickens. We have way more, which has turned into, well, maybe that needs to be a business. Maybe that becomes an awesome homeschool project. We've done so much learning with it, and I will show you some clips of everything at the end of this video. But this is how I grew up. I grew up busy, working hard, you know, doing, you know, rebuilding fences, driving side-by-sides and four-wheelers and tractors, and that's just always been my life. Have I ever had chickens before? No, but I have to say, if you've never had a chicken before in your life, you need them in your life. Because if you love animals, you love dogs, you love cats, if you hand raise your chickens, they're like your dogs. I know that sounds a little strange, but I love them. We have all different types. I'll definitely show you a video, but in this, I would like to create a separate channel that focuses mostly on homesteading and what we're doing as a homeschooling family, because I know that most people come here for information and for encouragement about homeschooling. So I figured I probably needed to create a separate channel. I haven't completely started that yet, but I will definitely let you know when it's up and running if you're interested in that. Overall, you know, just seeing my kids blossom and run outside in the morning and not to worry about where we were previously. We were at the border of the United States and Mexico, and the people there were wonderful. We lived on a good side of town. It was great, but the fear of your children being kidnapped, lots of other things that just felt weird. I'm just grateful to be back home where I guess technically I feel safer here. And I'm sure all of you are wondering, well, how is homeschool going with all these changes? You've been in so many places for this school year. It was rough when we were there because no one had any motivation. For one, Michael didn't want to go, which didn't help. Me trying to keep him motivated while doing everything on top of like basically feeling like I never got a break because my husband was so busy on the weekends. It was hard. It wasn't as good as it should have been. When we got here, we took a little bit of a break so everyone could get used to the change. Of course, Daddy not being here, those kind of things were a little different, but you know, just moving straight ahead. Are we behind? Of course. But who hasn't been behind in their homeschool? Who hasn't been ahead in their homeschool? Who hasn't had to take a major break because of a major life incident or being sick? How many of you homeschool moms, raise your hand, have been sick and had to take time off because you just couldn't teach? You couldn't give your children everything they needed, or it started with your kids and one by one they all go down, and then you know you're the last one, and after you spent all the time taking care of them, and then of course you get sick and it's really bad for you because you're already exhausted from taking care of the kids. So I've been working really hard on trying to give myself grace and move forward. We of course were sick, which I knew we would be when we first got here because different germs, different climate. It's not a dry climate. People always tell me that when they move here to this area that I'm at now for the first time, they always tell me how bad their allergies are. And I had never really experienced that until coming back after like 5 years. Yeah, my car's yellow, so, and I'm sure it's like that in other places, but it's just whatever grows here, it usually sets off people's allergies. So I would love to share some of what we've been doing, and I will show you some right now. Hopefully this video wasn't rambly, and hopefully you understand where we are, what we're doing, how we're doing. If you have any questions, please comment below because I'd love to answer them. I know I left stuff out. I didn't even make a list. I didn't even prep for this video. I just sat down and turned on the camera because I just, that was the easiest way to go about it. I have missed all of you. I've missed talking to you. I've gotten messages, telling me that people miss my videos. I have missed doing them, but it is one more thing that I have to do, and, trying now to balance the homestead farm life on top of homeschooling and a young toddler. Kennedy's going to be 2 at the beginning of July. So there's all these things, and she's been terrible too, probably for like 6 months. So there's so much going on. I don't know if I can commit to a video a week, but I am going to try because there's so many things I've been writing down that I'd love to talk to people about this. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you are not already subscribed, please do. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.
Every change